So this is the DuroMax XP13000EH. So I just want to do a quick rundown of everything and go ahead and show you how this actually works. So for starters, the reason we got this generator is because we were looking for something more versatile. The old generator we had was only gas powered, and so we were looking for something else. And in this one caught the eye just because it's not only gas powered, but also powered by propane, so it's a little bit more reliable in that sense. And the main reason for the reliability is of course going to be because of propane. Propane just has a much higher shelf life, so you don't have to get worried about accidentally leaving gas in here and it going bad, because you can just go ahead and use propane instead. And also with propane, it's gonna be a little bit more cost effective too. Now starting at the side of the generator, right over here, we are gonna get some nice instructions that basically show us how to go ahead and turn it on, whether it be with gas or with propane. And taking a look on the left here, this is going to be the choke lever, which is right over here. So right now it's currently in the open position, and if I move it to the right, it'll go ahead and be closed. And right below that, we're going to go ahead and have the air filter, and to be able to actually go ahead and remove this, we do have to go ahead and unscrew this all the way, and it goes ahead and comes off with these two clips. Now right over here, this is going to be the fuel valve, and of course because it is up and down, this is going to be in the on position, but if we want to go ahead and shut off the line, we can just move it to the left and it'll go ahead and shut off. Right here, we're going to have the manual rope start, which we can go ahead and use for both gas or propane, but of course the best option, the easiest option, is just going to be the push start, which I'll show you in a little bit. Now going to the bottom, here's going to be the wheels, and one thing to know is there's only going to be two wheels, which makes it easy to carry up or down, and then we could just go ahead and set it down and not have to worry about this rolling down, because right now I am on a slight incline, so if this did have four wheels, it would be at risk at potentially going down. All right, so now we're at the front of the generator, and right over here, DuroMax made it real simple. All the startup instructions are actually going to be down over here, but what we want to focus on would be over here, this fuel switch. So right now it's currently in the storage position, so when you want to go ahead and of course store it, you'd leave it right centered over here. If you want to go ahead and use propane, we'd switch it to the left. If you want to use gas, we'd switch it to the right. And if propane is used, right over here is going to be the propane inlet, so this is where we'd go ahead and attach the valve to it. And now moving to the right side, this is going to be where all the power stuff is. So in the upper left corner, here's going to be the push start, which this literally just looks like one from a regular car. So if you do have a push start car, this is going to look very familiar. Now on the right side, we are going to have some indicator lights that'll let us know if it's charging or if it's on low oil. Right here, we're going to have some switches, so when we go ahead and actually use it, we want to make sure the battery switch is on. And if we're using gas, we want to go ahead and turn on the idle control. And of course, the last step to actually get power would be to turn on the circuit breaker, which would be flipping it upwards. And then here's going to be our AC breakers. And right here, these are going to be the different outlets that we have. So we're going to have an AC 120 volt, 30 amps, the regular ones we have in our house, the 120. And the good thing about these is they're going to actually be tamper resistant. So like the ones you'd have in your kitchen or in your bathroom. Right over here is going to be with a 120, 240 volt, 30 amps. And the big beast to go ahead and actually attach to the house would be the 120, 240, 50 amp one. And so this is something we would plug in right over there. The last outlet is going to be this 12 volt one, so sort of like the one you have in your car. And now going up right here, we're going to have a DC protector. And of course, the little LCD screen that basically just shows us a little bit more information, the multimeter. And let's not forget up on top, because right here, this is where the fuel is going to go. And it does hold 8.3 gallons. And here you can go ahead and see how it looks like it does have a chain and this strainer and this part to indicate fuel level. And on the right side, we are going to have these handles that go ahead and just lock in place, just like so, just to go ahead and make it easier to go ahead and move this. So just like a wheelbarrow, we just lift up and then we can either push up or just pull back, just like so. And it's real easy to go ahead and move this. And so now comes time to actually turn on the generator. And I'm going to go ahead and be using propane for the demonstration. And so right here, I got the tank, and here's going to be the line. So the first thing to do is just to go ahead and lift this cap up, and then go ahead and connect the propane inlet right over here. So it's as tight as I can get it, so I do have a wrench just to go ahead and tighten it a little bit more. Just like that. Now we can change the fuel switch to propane, which is going to be on the left side, and now attach the other end of the line to the propane tank. Then open the valve on the propane tank, and finally hold the start button, and when it goes ahead and turns on, just turn on the circuit breaker. And if you do want to go ahead and use the generator for your house, of course you are going to need the actual generator power cord, which is going to be something like this. This connects right over here. And now the other end of the cord will of course be connected to the inlet box right over here. So yeah, that's a quick look at the DuroMax XP13000EH hybrid generator.